Welcome to our fourth episode. We shall go straight to our Civil 3D. Make sure that your units are set. As I told you in the third episode that we require this unit to be in meters and set the following. So follow my lead. Make sure your style is set to annotative. Make sure it's annotative, and in 3, then set current. Make sure you set that. Then the dimension style from your keyboard, dimension style. Make sure it's annotative, then modify. Select the first line, then suppress the 4 of them. You can see them. Then jump to text. Make sure this is done correctly and this one is done correctly. Jump to the 4th option. The third option, that's a primary unit. Make sure 2 decimal places. Then this is set and this one is set. Make sure you set them properly. Then click OK and close. So we are good to go. So from our guide, this is our survey plan. I would like us to draw a rectangle which has the following measurements or dimensions: 15 by 43 by 16.8 by 40.3. I like teaching by practice. So how we do it? This is how we do it. So go to the first button, click home, then you find this button. So this the drawing. This is where you find the drawing tools. So the first one is line. The second one is arc. The third one is a polyline. And the fifth one is a circle. So the most important tools to use here are line, polyline, circle. Those are the most important tools. I want to show you how to use them. You just click any of the tools. You select the first option. You don't need to care about the rest. Just click the first option. You can read the dialogue. It tells you to specify the first point. You can see the crosshairs, specify the first point. Or rather, you can check from the command area. It tells you to. The command is line. Then it tells you to specify the first option. So click anywhere on the screen. It just creates a line. So, and from your keyboard, just hit enter. That's how you draw a line. You can do it again. You can create as many lines as possible. You can create another line here. You can zoom in and zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. So that's how you draw a line. You click the first point, then the second point. Then from your keyboard, you hit enter. So that's how you draw the line. You can select the line by clicking on it from your keyboard. You can deselect it by clicking the escape button from your keyboard. So you can move the line by clicking on it, then clicking the blue center button, then moving it around. You can rotate the line and the moment you are done with moving it around, you click the escape button. You can also click the line, click this point at the end. You can rotate it by rotating your mouse, or rather the cursor. Then click escape. The moment you are done with a certain command, please remember to click escape. So that's the line. So the polyline, let us draw a triangle, or let us draw a triangle using lines. So you can click anywhere on the screen, zoom in and zoom out, then click the end. You can see this is activated, so that's why it detects the end of any, it can detect any endpoint. So you can click align, click the start and the end, then right click from your mouse, then hit enter. It is the same way. You can just click enter from your keyboard. So you can create a triangle size. You can create a triangle by joining lines together. It creates a triangle, but the triangle is disjointed. It's joined, but the lines are not joined together. So the difference between a line and polyline, a line and polyline is almost that's a polyline. It looks just like a line, but the moment you create something like a triangle, a closed figure, then hit enter. The moment you place the cursor on a object that is made up of lines, it usually highlights a single line. But the moment you draw a figure using a polyline, it highlights all the figure together. So polylines are lines joined together. So the good thing about polyline is that it can help you to measure the area inside that figure. But at a figure that is drawn using lines, it is very difficult to measure the area inside that figure. So that's the second tool. So the third one is what do we call it? It's a circle. So from our guide, from this point V3 to V2, that's a line. From V2 to V1, a line. V1 to V4, then V4 to V3. That's 4 lines. If you join them together, if you draw using a polyline, it will appear as a single object. So now you can see, if you zoom, you can see there is a circle. This is a circle. So a circle is very important. It's very important when drawing anything, when coming up with different drawings. So the moment you select a circle and you click anywhere on the screen, you can move your cursor in any direction to change the radius of the circle, and you can enter the radius. You can see the dialog near the crosshairs is telling you to specify the radius of the circle. Suppose we want a circle which is 100 meters wide. You can just type from your keyboard, then hit enter to create a circle which is 100 meters, the radius of 100 meters. So it means that we are drawing very big figures. So since these are around 200, the diameter of this circle is 200 meters. So you can see that in Civil 3D, or rather all cards, you have a very vast window where you can draw millions and billions of drawings, and you will never be able to fill up that space. So that the most usual the most important tools that you use to draw. So the fourth one, let us check a topo map from the internet. You can see this is a topo map. You can see this is a lake, or we can call it, you can just refer to it as a river, or whatever you like. A river has the difference between a river and other figures is that a river will have the corners of a river are quite smooth. They are not sharp. You don't have sharp corners in a river. So in order to draw something like a river, you need to use another. You cannot use lines and polygons. You cannot use line and polylines to draw a river. You need another tool which is called a spline. So select the spline tool. So click the drop down arrow, then select the spline tool. then click anywhere on the screen, then do some corners, and you'll see that it makes a figure with smooth corners, so you can use it to draw a river. So those are the most important tools to draw. Most of the drawing you find are drawn using those basic and most important. Those are the most important tools to draw anything, any map. So let me see whether I can get another map. I show you. Yeah, you can see you only this is made up of multi-text. Or finally, we have the multi-text line, multi-text line, or what do we call it? Let me check. So in order for us to make some, this was a circle which was around 100 meters. The radius was 100 meters. If you highlight it, then right click and go to properties, you will find that this is a dialog. You'll find that the radius is 100, the diameter is 200. The moment you change it to around, let's change it from our keyboard to around 200, the diameter will be 400. Let's see it. Yeah, so it increases in size. So what I want us to do is draw a small, let us draw a small triangle, yes, a small triangle, and try to put labels. Or rather, let us make some, let's name this triangle A. So you do that by selecting annotate. Then you select multi-line text. Then you highlight the figure you want to name, or rather the space. So I want to name it multi-line. I want to name it triangle 1. Triangle 1. So that will be the multi-line text. So suppose this corner is A, then this one is B, and that one is C. So I will just use the multi-line home, annotate, then multi-line text. This one will be capital A. Then you just key in A from your keyboard, then click outside this dialog, then multi-line text, then highlight somewhere just near that edge, name it B, then hit enter. You can see it has overlapped our object. So what you do, you just click on it, then click the blue button, then move it around, then click multi-line text again, then click anywhere near that edge, then name it C, then click outside that dialog. So that's how we do it. So this triangle A with A, B, C corners.